One of the things we've been talking about today is artificial intelligence. It's something that might sound scary, maybe a little bit daunting, maybe even something that you're quite worried about, from opening your phone with Face ID to personalising what you see on your social media feeds. Our reporter Izzy Norrison has been asking people in Hull what they think to AI and, importantly, do they actually use it?
I feel like it's going to start taking things off people that are creative, people that do art, and it's just taking a lot of opportunities away from people. That's not fair.
I'm as confused as the next person about it all. It seems to happen so quickly, hasn't it?
It's going to cost people a lot of jobs. We are concerned for my grandchildren. Some of them actually are into AI a lot, so to me it's just gobbledygook.
Do you use AI?
Yeah, I use it.
What do you use it for?
College work. But I don't use it word for word copying.
Are you concerned about the rapid growth of AI and how that could potentially impact people's jobs in the next kind of 5 years?
Yeah, definitely. Because I want to go into editing, but obviously that's going to perhaps be hindered a bit because of AI.
What do you use? What app is it?
ChatGPT.
Yeah.
And then Snapchat AI as well.
What do you think, in your opinion, the next 5 years will look like with AI being a part of our society?
I think we're in for a really scary time.
I mean, there are some suggestions that in the future, in fact, I know the music app Spotify already has an AI DJ as well, so you can actually listen to a radio presenter introducing songs, talking about songs, and it's actually AI. I genuinely am here this morning. You wouldn't sound this bang average if you were actually AI, and you wouldn't lean on the travel news music by accident earlier on this morning on AI. It would have done it properly. The team at Tech Educators are running free workshops and courses for people and businesses in Hull and East Yorkshire to help them understand more AI and how to use it to support business. Let's talk to James Adams. He's founder and CEO of Tech Educators and joins me now on the programme this morning. James, morning to you.
Good morning. Thanks for having me. How you doing?
Yeah, not too bad. Shall I admit now that yesterday I went to meet my brother-in-law for a quick cuppa, and we would, I don't know, it's a long-winded way round for me to tell you this, but while I was sitting there talking to him, I got on ChatGPT, got a picture of my dog and turned my dog into as if he were in the Spiders from Mars, and ChatGPT 5 minutes later delivered a picture of my dog looking like David Bowie.
Definitely the best way to use ChatGPT, I think. Fantastic.
20, 30 years ago when Berners-Lee was inventing the internet, and these many years later, that's what it's come up with. The internet's
we
not
can't
lost on me.
discount how good memes are, and we shouldn't discount that is a fantastic use of AI, for sure. That's exactly what he wanted.
So, first of all, tell me about Tech Educators. How did he get started, and how are you helping people with AI?
Yeah, Tech Educators started 3 years ago, and really because we work really closely in the tech industry, helping startups, really. And we just saw the same people coming through, the same experiences, been to university, done this, done that. And tech shouldn't be about those people that have just been to university. It shouldn't be about, a certain part of society. And so Tech Educators was really, really founded to say, tech's okay, tech's accessible, you can get into it, you can do it too. And I think listening to the reporter earlier talking to people on the street around AI and the fear that there is around it, we completely understand it and understand why there is that worry, and especially worry about jobs. But the truth is that just like anything, when you start to understand it, when you take the time to use it, when you look at how it can empower and develop your life, actually it's not a scary tool. And I think there's the famous quote in AI, which is, AI won't take your job. It's people that understand how to use it that will. And so that's really where we're trying to help people.
But there is a fear, isn't there? And then there is also a fear around data. Because, and I know this is a slight conflation perhaps, but we've seen recently, a couple of days ago, the Co-op admitted that a large amount of data had been hacked into. Now, a lot more than was expected. I think basically most customers' data at the Co-op had been hacked into. We had M&S a few months ago as well, and it's taken M&S months to get somewhere near where they want to be. Now, that's not AI, but people will see that and say, hang on a minute, this is challenging our personal data.
Correct. And I think you should look at especially large language models, which is where we always go when we think about sort of conversing with an AI. think about it as an intelligent stranger. You don't really want to start giving it your personal details. You don't want to start giving it personal details about someone else. But you can use it to converse. You can use it to challenge your thoughts. You can use it to write articles or create dog pictures. That's absolutely fine. But again, your data is personal to you. And I wouldn't be putting that into a large language model or anything AI because there is always that risk. And especially with the recent US law case where essentially all previous chats are being demanded to be stored, as far as we know, in perpetuity.
What about the use of AI and the places that people find it? I said earlier on that actually AI has been around a lot longer, hasn't it, than perhaps people realise it, with things like chatbots and various different apps.
Yeah.
People have probably been using AI a significantly longer amount of time, James, than probably realise.
Yeah, and I think there's always these moments of things exploding into the cultural zeitgeist, if you will, and at the moment the term AI, especially because of large language models, is absolutely that. But really, we've been using machine learning, which is a form of AI, if you will, forever. Let's take popular home search apps. What they're doing to give you the price of a house in your region is taking hundreds and thousands of pieces of data and guessing and estimating what the price of that house is, and then checking sold data prices in a lag, and then iterating that model to try and get it as perfect as possible. So we've been subject to machine learning for decades. It's just the leaps forward in large language models that we've seen over the last few years really has brought it to the fore, and it's fantastic. It is scary. I can understand why it's scary, but there is a huge opportunity now to embrace it and make all of our lives easier. I'm terrible, for example, at getting my thoughts out. And I use it constantly to dictate to it, to read things back to me, to challenge what I thought I said, and to be honest with my spelling, because my spelling's awful.
Yeah, you and me both. Punctuation's bad for me. And in a sense, we don't think necessarily. There will be some people I know that don't do it, don't use apps for things like ordering. But in a sense, we're using AI in our general lives, aren't we? Because the very well-known mountain range selling site, that when it sends you recommendations of things you might want, or the various different food apps, when they say, well, we saw that you recently bought a char siu pork and deep fried rice. Have you thought about this? That is a form of AI, isn't it?
Absolutely. Recommendation engines are exactly that. I mean, there's a reason that our popular supermarket chains love us to scan a card and get some points or get some discounts, because that data is constantly feeding those recommendation engines, and they get to know you better, and they have a deep, intimate knowledge of us as their consumers. So absolutely, it's been part of our lives for decades, especially in machine learning, and we have to really get comfortable with the fact that actually it's going to be part of our lives and part of our work life for years to come, and probably, I think, again, listening to the people that were being interviewed earlier, it's accelerated far quicker than probably most industry experts and certainly most people who aren't close to the industry have thought.
So tell me, James, just finally, about these 3 workshops. You're running them across Hull and East Yorkshire.
Yes. Basically, we have 3 courses available, from I don't know anything about AI and I want to learn, and completely funded. The learner never pays anything, all the way through to how can I use it in digital marketing, or even if you're a leader in an organization and you're wondering how can I adopt AI or machine learning into my organization. And you can find those by searching Skills Bootcamps Hull, and hopefully Tech Educators will come up first. Or on the 9th of September at C4DI, we've actually got a workshop where you can build your own personalized AI model. So if you want your own personal assistant, for example, that speaks to you in the way that you want, you can come along at 8:30 with the FSB and we can build one of those.
James, good to speak to you this morning. Thank you very much. James Adam,